My name's Dominic Smart, and Christian Focus are publishing a book that I'd written called When We Get It Wrong, which is all about when our lives go drastically and seriously wrong because of some kind of failure in our following of Christ. So the book is all about our path through failure out the other side and the way that God takes us on that path.
Peter's an interesting character. He was so confident, wasn't he?
He was really confident and just straight out there, and like many of us, acted first, thought later, and had a huge amount of heart and enthusiasm, but also a huge amount to learn about himself. And that confidence is something that gets addressed very, very drastically in Peter's life, of course.
Where did he go wrong, do you think?
We talk about in the book about false security. And I think Peter, like a lot of us, was keen, and he was energetic, and he thought he was doing well, but an awful lot of his security and his confidence were based on, basically on his own internal landscape. And all that came crashing down, of course, the night that he denied Christ 3 times. And so then everything in Peter's world that was going so well and was so fulfilling and he was so engaged in and 100% committed to, everything fell apart. The other thing that made me write it, I guess, as I'd been speaking on Peter's life to a group of young folk who were going into Christian service, was that there's really almost nothing for them to read on what happens when it all goes wrong. And yet the one thing you guarantee is that at some point or another it will go wrong. And I couldn't think of a single book that really explored failure. Millions of books about trying not to fail and do better, but nothing on what happens when it does go wrong, and especially nothing on what that means for God when our discipleship goes wrong.